first of all, choose the right glassware for any drink that you make. All right, the glass is the star, is the canvas of a drink. All right, so if it looks great and if it looks elegant, you already think it's a festive time, right? Then the second most important tips is the quality of ice. Make sure that there is a three type of ice. There is crack ice, the ice that you put in the center of your pour will start to palm and they start to dissolve very quickly, right? And you slap it and they disintegrate. So that ice immediately will dilute your drink. So that is taboo, right? Then you have a crush ice, but you don't want the crush ice at Christmas. It's not the tiki night, It is about the elegant night. So make the effort that maybe you can make your own homemade ice. And remember, ice is like the heat for the chef when he's cooking, right? So the good quality of ice is a must. And then prepare yourself, okay? Do a mental thing, if you need to make a drink that that it takes a little longer than normal, you can also maybe pre-prepare that drink and put it in the freezer or in the fridge so it's nice and cold. So the only thing you have to do is put it in a mixing glass or show off, put it in a shaker and shake. And say, well, music maestro. And, so you're ready for it.
Of course, was a time when lots of pubs in London must have had, blacks or Irish or gypsy kind of signs up. You're shaken or stirred, the eternal question. And it's something that I think that a lot of home mixologists get wrong, perhaps because it's, fun using a cocktail shaker, so people think that we should shake everything. But there is some rules that we should follow, really. And really, when we're shaking a drink, we're shaking it because we want to, mix everything together into a homogeneous mix. Also, when we're stirring it, the same ultimate goal. But some ingredients mix together very free and easily. When we're making a Negroni, the gin, the Campari, the sweet vermouth, they all blend together very well, so we don't need to shake it. But when we've got a heavier, thicker substance in there, like maybe we're using some fruit juice, or we're using egg white in a sour, or cream in an Alexander, something like that, then we need to shake it. So as a kind of as a general rule, if all the ingredients are alcoholic, probably don't need to shake it. So as an Englishman, it pains me to say it, but James Bond got it wrong. Our martinis should definitely be stirred, not shaken.
What we thought we would talk you through is a peppermint bark paint. So the inspiration came for us, we absolutely love peppermint bark, and we wanted to make a cocktail with it. So we wanted to think about the best way to also put that chocolate element on a glass. And it's really simple, and it's definitely something that you could do at home. So in here we have equal parts of cacao butter and white chocolate. So white cooking chocolate as well, just making sure that they're both stable once they're melted. So with it, you just need to put them in a microwave and just keep melting until they come together. So over melting it will actually split it, and it won't actually stick onto the glass nicely. So just making sure that it's consistent, and you can see here it's liquid, but and it has a nice thickness to it, but it's still going to be easily to paint onto the glass as well. Pardon me. For the peppermint flavour, we added just a drop of peppermint essence, so that way it just kind of has that nice little kick there. So with the glass that you have, you need to make sure that it's room temperature, and then you're just going to take a little bit of the paint, kind of coat the brush, and then we're just going to do a half rim of the paint, but you could do whichever you'd like. And I'm just going to rotate the glass in my hand as I go, which kind of makes it stay a little bit. And then all I'm going to do with kind of crushed up candy cane, I literally just crushed it out myself. You could use like a rolling pin or anything. And try and make sure that you cover all of it. You definitely want something that has a lot of body to it, and for this particular drink we are making a Sazerac, so something that is a little bit more heavier, a little bit more of a longer drink stirred down, and it just complements really well, especially with the texture, because the paint with the cacao butter will add a little bit of kind of a bit more body, kind of like that richness that comes from it, so it just kind of complements the drink as well, especially if you do have something that's a bit boozier. It's just going to mellow it out a little bit on the palate.
To garnish, I'm going with candied orange slices dipped in a rich dark chocolate. So when you have guests, sometimes you're never quite sure if everybody likes the same thing. Some people like certain different taste profiles. So what I've been doing recently is almost like a garnish sharing platter, almost like a charcuterie board for garnishes. So before your guests arrive, if you're making martinis or G&Ts for the evening, you can get your sharing board, your chopping board, and you can do lemon zests, you can do rosemary, you can do orange peel, all of the different zests and all the different garnishes that you might be thinking of, even your candied orange dipped in chocolate. Put it on a stick, almost like a big skewer. Everybody can just pick the one that they like and pop it into their drink, and maybe they'll try something that they've never had before.
Yeah, so we can say that. And just, 'cause I guess this is like an after dinner, Christmas after dinner.
Super easy to do at home. All you need to do, obviously, get a nice fresh orange, give it a bit of a wash, slice it into the slices, your average style, like half wheel. You need to sprinkle it with a little bit of caster sugar or like granulated brown sugar, and then just pop that into the oven on a baking tray, and you just want to dehydrate it. So it wants to be on a low heat for about an hour. Just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't burn. You just want to reduce all of the sort of natural juices that are in there. Dry it out, and all the sugar that will then sort of embed into the orange slice becomes really, really sweet and candied. When they're done, let them cool. Standard, melt some chocolate, give a little dip, put it back onto the baking tray, put it in the fridge, and you've got beautiful candied orange and dipped chocolate slices. I think you want it to accompany... So in your garnish game, if you like to level it up just a little bit, make it look a little bit more posher than it might be, just obviously take your lemon zest that you've done with a vegetable peeler, simple pinking shears, and all you're going to do is crimp the edges off, and it just leaves you with something like a little bit of a spiky, zesty garnish. And then just give it a little bit of a twist, and then you can just put a little cocktail stick through there and serve it on your cocktails. On the side, you can sit on the side of a glass, just minimal effort, and you've just got something that just looks like you've made the effort.
Christmas is coming along, and so therefore we need to make a good drink for Christmas. And what better drink to do a truffle sazerac? Something that is warming, is cozy, can wrap you up, hopefully with the snow outside. It could be the best Christmas cocktail that you could wish for. Now, the best thing to do, we have this beautiful mixing glass ready for action, right? Make it nice and chill. So I'm going to do two spirits. I'm going to use whiskey, bourbon, okay, Bullet, which is really nice whiskey, to go with cognac, Rémy Martin. And this is quite an unusual thing, because it is the two spirits that you usually don't marry with each other. But life is short, and we want longevity in any marriage, even with the things that are not going together. Whiskey and cognac, wow, it would be a perfect marriage. We're going to put almost equal part, 25 milliliter of bourbon and 30 of cognac, because I like cognac. I think it's a fantastic spirit. Now, with that, I'm going to put a syrup that we make ourselves, which is a fresh truffle inside. It's we use wild mushroom like shiitake and porcini, which is my favorite mushroom, and just a little bit of a spiciness in there. But what you could do at home to make it simple for yourself, you can use a teaspoon of sugar, and then you get a bit of a truffle oil, all right? Just a few drops with a little bit of bitter, and you can make your own syrup truffle without being too stressed. So we're going to put a 10 milliliter of this syrup, few dash of orange bitter. Now we are ready. a beautiful glass that we have here at the Velvet. Wow.
So today I'm going to make our wintertime Negroni, which is a nice kind of festive take on the classic Negroni. Very simple variation on it. So we'll start with a big mixing jug full of ice. And then, like a regular Negroni, it's mostly equal parts. So we're going to go 25 mils of London Dry Gin and 25 mils of Campari. But then, usually we would then go 25 mils of sweet vermouth, but instead we're going to use 12.5. And then that other 12.5, we're going to use the wonderfully festive slow gin. The portable one has some cherry and some blackcurrant in it as well. Quick stir. Pour it over a nice crystal clear block of ice. And we're just going to garnish that with an orange wedge, which here's one I prepared earlier, studded with cloves. Just and that is our wintertime Negroni.
We are making a Scrooge sour, so this is a cocktail very similar to a whiskey sour, but with the addition of normally red wine. In this instance, we're going to use mulled wine, so a little bit of Christmas spice for Christmas time. You need to start out with an egg white in the cocktail. And hopefully no shell. We're going to start with 22.5 ml of simple syrup into the smaller tin, followed by the same amount of lemon juice. Too much lemon juice. Now with this, we're then going to use 60 mils of Jameson Black Barrel. And then we are going to shake it very quickly without any ice, just to emulsify the egg and the alcohol. So that's a super quick shake. That should be good. Okay, ice all the way up as much as you can fill the shaker, and then it's time to shake. We're going to double strain this into the glass, and the reasoning behind that just means that we don't have any ice chips floating in the drink. So now it's time to add the mulled wine. So I'm actually just going to add it on the side of the glass because we are going to cover this part up with gold dust as well. So this way. So you can see we have a nice little kind of float going on there. And then we're just going to shake some dust on when it wants to do it for me. And we're actually just going to squiggle it through a little bit. We're going to push it out to make some Christmas trees as well. So we have our Scrooge sour.
So starting off, I'll be using the chocolate vodka. We need a double measure of that. And a single measure of the Combier triple sec. Ice that up. Always plenty of ice. Get a bar spoon. Just going to stir this down. And I'm going to pour this into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. And to garnish, I'm going with candied orange slices dipped in a rich dark chocolate. I picked these up from Fortnum & Mason's this morning, but you can do this at home, really, really simple. best way to have that, you can have it just sitting on the side and take a little nibble, take a little sip.
I always say that Christmas is a special time. It's a time where you want to enjoy with friends and family. And sometimes the centerpiece of any happiness is to have a good drink. So just make that little effort, because really a great cocktail is a great journey. From the beginning, the time it hits your lips, to the middle palate, to the end, right? And when you taste something nice and delicious, right, the world seems to be a better place, really does, all right? So therefore, salute and happy and Merry Christmas to all of you. I'm going to have something that will wrap me up. I made this drink, so I know how good it is.